The all-share index down 4 out of 5 sessions last week. It went down 0.83%, gaining, however, it did gain 3.45 in the month of November. So I guess the question is, can we expect to see a positive close at the end of December? So for more on the equity space, I'm joined now by Mukhtar Mohammed, an analyst at Asar Investments. Mukhtar, it's great to have you on the show. Now, as we said, index down 0.83% last week. Some analysts say that we've now seen the end to profit taking that we saw last week. Do you share that view?
Not really. There may not be profit taking like it happened last week, but there will still be a little bit of caution, because most people are going to be looking at their entry points now, because if a lot of profit taking have taken place in most of this equity now, it's not able to determine which point do you want to enter. So based on that, it's going to be based on demand and supply. And most shrewd investors will still want to sit on the fence, and knowing fully well that we are into the festive period of December, which generally equity market does not go on a run like that.
Okay, now so what about stocks like Transcorp? Of course, last week we saw it come down, I think, over 30%. I guess investors in that stock will be, obviously taking a very close look at that this week. What do you expect to see happen?
Yeah, people will definitely take a very close look at Transcorp this week, but I don't see Transcorp going down the way it 30% again, like it went down last week. But I don't see it gaining up to 30% like what he lost last week. And so it's all about perception of what Transcorp is, what is the true value of Transcorp at the moment. Is 3.58 naira really the true value of Transcorp?
What do you think is the true value of Transcorp? What would you say?
No, you see, the value of an equity for me is determined by their last quarter results. Until something supersedes what the information I have, mostly based on result and fundamental, then the price at today as Transcorp is still a little bit on the high side. When you still go to look at the PE ratio, you want to look at the result they brought in the previous quarter. Now, you look at what are Transcorp going to do, what are the projects that were really moving up Transcorp. You see the power sector, you see the oil and gas sector, you see the expansion in the hotel sector of Transcorp. Now, let's go to the power sector. Since they're handing over, there've been a lot of challenge in terms of power even. So you see there's a lot of work to do there. And even when you do about the oil exploitation, there's still a lot of work to do there. So until this result comes, I think Transcorp at the moment, a price of 3 naira and 2 naira, 50 something, 98 kobo, 3 naira. I think.
Now let's talk about the brewery sector, because lots of those stocks went up last week. Nigerian Breweries, Jos Breweries, Champion, all up on Friday. Your thoughts on that sector and the outlook going forward?
When you look at that sector, you see there's a lot of positive coming in from that sector. But where are the positive coming in? You should look at positive in terms of what happens to Nigerian Brewery, what's happened to Guinness. When you look at Champion is only being driven by speculation. Speculation in the fact that one Heineken is going to buy into Transcorp. It's going to buy into Jos Brewery. So that's what is moving Jos Brewery. What if the deal doesn't come through? And if they do come through, what is the sharing formula? What is it there for Champion Brewery shareholders? So, and when you look at Nigerian Brewery, at the price is selling and the type of result that is bringing in, and the type of dividend is paying, you begin to say, look, they should be better off than where they are, and there are other cheaper equity to go in. But for investors that are high net investors, maybe investors that are dividend investors, they still look at Nigerian Brewery as a good place to go.
What do you think will happen in the oil and gas space? I think we saw Forte Oil go up on Friday. Do you think that we'll continue to see new interest in that stock, despite the levels that it's at now?
There might be nobody. I personally don't know what is driving Forte Oil up the way they're going, because I don't know what information. They've not really brought any information that would warrant. All we have is speculation that Forte Oil also had the power sector also is linked to it. They want to bring all this conglomerate into one. That's what is driving up the price. That is one. So, and if you look at the Oando over the weekend, they came up again with a report that said that they are now renegotiating their buy for Coconuts Phillips.
So what do you think will happen with Oando then?
I think Oando might obviously be dealing. I think at 14 naira it's a good buy, but I still see Oando going a little bit down before finally, because as long as what is moving on Oando is based on the acquisition of Coconut Phillips, which is somehow they say they are renegotiating it. they are making us to believe that, look, the deal is not yet done. It will be done by first quarter of next year. So there's still a lot to look out for.
Now, as we approach the end of the year, what do you think will move the market? Is there any market catalyst that you're expecting?
I don't see any market catalyst because I don't expect any. Well, maybe for First Bank, we're expecting the result of First Bank by December, that third quarter result. Maybe that might move up First Bank a little bit because of the result that's going to come in. It's going to come in as an audited result for third quarter. Fine, maybe that. But other sector, we are not seeing any movement. We are not going to see any result. We are not going to see any catalyst. So what is going to be now is going to be investors. Is this the right entry point or is this the right exit? No more an exit point. Now people will be looking at entry point. And we are going to the festive period. Some people will be selling off their equity for festivity, and some people will be preparing for next year in terms of mostly those income investors that look at the equity market as where they used to meet some of their needs, especially in the area of paying of school fees, house rent, and everything. So I don't see so much movement here, but maybe till January.
Let's leave it there. Thank you for sharing your view with us as usual. It'll be definitely interesting to see what happens with some of those stocks. That was Mukhtar Mohammed. He's an analyst at Assar Investment.